Hey there, it's David, and I'm out for a hike today, and I'm standing in front of a hill that several decades ago experienced some forest fire. You can see some of the burnt out trees there back behind me. What's interesting about fire got me thinking about leadership and management for a couple different reasons. And some things you may not know about forest fires, they're not as bad as you might think. If you live in a part of the country where we have them regularly, you might be familiar with some of these things. But it's interesting that some species of plants are actually adapted to survive fires more than others. Ponderosa pines have a thicker bark, and their resin helps protect them from the flames. Another interesting thing is that lodgepole pines, their pine cones actually open and release the seeds under heat. So when things are real hot and they get that fire, they actually rely on fire to reproduce. And then you've got other species like aspen trees that they wait for fire to clear everything else out, and then they take advantage and they grow in that new open space. Oh, what's that got to do with leadership? You know, one of the things that we see leaders do quite a bit is they don't stop doing things. What do I mean by that? I don't mean it's just constant activity, although it can mean that too. What I'm talking about is that it's often the case where you don't pause and say, what am I going to get rid of? What am I going to let go of in order to do the things that are going to help move our team forward, that are going to be most effective for yourself and most effective for your team? And even more than that, what are you doing to your team? You know, one of the powers of fire is that it clears the ground, it clears things out. And there's a stop doing built into nature. What are we going to stop doing and make room for what's going to happen next? Fires aren't bad, neither is stopping and letting go of some things. You know, when I talk about a stop doing list, that doesn't mean you just make sure it never happens again. Sometimes it means you stop doing it and you trust somebody else to make it happen. At least for me, that's something I struggle with. And you can find that in our Winning Well model. Both users and pleaser managers can struggle with trust. Users don't rely on anyone else but themselves, and they want to get the results, and they're using people to do it. They don't really trust those people, so they feel they have to use fear to push them to do something. With pleasers, often they don't want to trust their relationships to other people. They want other people to think well of them. So if they are doing something, oftentimes they can struggle with trust. Either way, you're limiting your own effectiveness, and I found this to be true for myself. If you're struggling with trust, I encourage you to take the Winning Well assessment, find out where you are on it, and get some concrete ways that will help you to be able to trust your people and to get that stop doing list going so you can do the work only you can do. It's interesting for me, I've been struggling with this myself in my business, is what do I want to let go of? I'm going to take that next step and be able to help even more people and get more of these resources into more people's hands. I've got to stop doing some things so I can start doing other things. There is so much power in that message that the fire has for us. So what's on your stop doing list? What's one thing this week that you can let go of that's going to help you be more productive and focus on the things that really matter, the things that really make a difference? What's your MIT, your most important thing today for this week? You're going to have to let go of some other things in order to achieve and accomplish that. Well, that's all for now. Keep on winning well, and until I talk to you again, be the leader you want your boss to be.